Yeah. Hold on, Taryn's standing outside my window with a dog. Taryn's been back on the island for, I think, 24 hours, and she's already found another dog, which is basically how it goes with her. She's always attracting all the Bali dogs. They like love her. Who is this?
This is the one that got his legs run over.
Oh, this is her dog. She didn't find a new one. I'm doing a live stream. I'm like, she's already found. Hi. Is your name Billy? Oh, I thought he was gonna look like the other one. Can he walk? He still can't walk. This dog. Show the dog.
Oh, he'll probably be scared.
Just show his little face. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He got hit by a car. Okay, well, there's your morning dog activation. How is everyone? I think it's super crazy that I feel like maybe I just am totally blocked on Facebook, and that's what's happening right now. The last 2 live streams I've tried to do, not one person has seen, which is a little bit crazy. Oh, I'm so excited, Bella. I know, it looks like there are people watching. It's so weird. Say hi if you're watching on Facebook, so that I know that you're here. Facebook is not showing me the things. Okay, so I wanted to hop on because there's so much going on in my world, and I wanted to share it with you guys and talk to you about it. Just getting this shared into my group. Okay. So, I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about, or that I wanted to say, is Facebook is not showing me the. Okay. Is that oh, there's the peoples. Hello, people on Facebook, in Facebook land. Yeah, the first thing that I wanted to just talk about is the shifting in the energy. Like, the energy is shifting. Each day that's going by, I'm feeling the energy shifting more and more, which I'm really excited about, because it's been, honestly, it's been a bit rough. Like, the last well, I feel like for me, the last 6 months energetically, I've felt very, very drained, and I've felt like, it's almost like I felt like I've been carrying anchors around on my ankles. And it's like, no matter what I try to do to get re-inspired, no matter what I try to do to get excited, no matter what I've tried to do to like get in, like to inspire myself, to, you know, light a fire under my ass, like it just, it's like I could make a little bit of headway and then I'd sort of fall back into, you know, it's like almost like lethargy, but like almost like lassitude, like just exhausted and like just not excited, not, you know, not excited about my business at all, which is so rare and unusual for me. So yeah, but so the last, I would say 3 weeks, I've been feeling the energy lifting, and growing and changing, and that's exciting. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Jupiter is getting ready to move into Aries, like just a couple days, 3 days, in 3 days. We're having this massive astrological transit and shift that's going to be really, really supportive of us, like getting back into life and re-engaging. And I was talking about this in one of my masterminds, one of my business masterminds, that, you know, we're moving out of this Jupiter and Pisces energy, and we're moving back into this, and we're moving out of Jupiter and Pisces, and we're moving into Jupiter and Aries. And so we're moving out of an energy that was very much about the collective. And I think the thing that's crazy about what's been happening with the collective is, you know, typically tapping into the emotion of the collective and being in a place where, like, we want to serve humanity and we want to be in, like, you know, a collective ascension process is a good thing. But because of where the collective has been for the last 2 years, that energy of Jupiter in Pisces, it kind of just turned into this, like, non-motivating muck, like, and I think everyone's been feeling this. Like, I have heaps and heaps of leaders in the online space that are in my community that I'm friends with, and, you know, in talking to all of them, it's like at some level we've been all sort of feeling like this. And I really believe that, first and foremost, that part of the reason is that when we were experiencing that Jupiter in Pisces energy, Jupiter's the planet of expansion. So Jupiter was coming in and expanding the energy of the collective. So for us individually, Jupiter was expanding our experience of the collective energy. And the collective energy has been really shit for the last 2 years. There's a lot of people still really operating from fear and lack and scarcity. And obviously there's massive division happening over the planet. So that's where we've been. And because of that, like, I have just really felt super disenfranchised with the collective, with humanity. And I'm a person that, you know, I have a deep love of humanity. It's why I do what I do. It's, you know, it is the driving factor in my business and in how I serve and in the majority of the work that I do. And even though I have that deep love of the collective, I struggle with human beings. Like, I struggle with people. And that's maybe something that, you know, you would think was strange or that would seem unusual to you. But I'm actually a quite introverted, reserved person. And if you were to meet me in a social scenario or setting and you didn't know me, your observations of me would be likely that I just sit back and observe. I'm not particularly friendly. Like, I'm not a person that, like, goes outside of my comfort zone to go and meet other people. I get a little bit of social anxiety. I don't like being in big crowds of people. If I'm hanging out with people, I like it to be like my, like, smaller, close group of friends. And, you know, I think that surprises a lot of people. So yeah, I struggle with people, but I have this deep love of humanity. And it's been really frustrating for me because over the last 6 months, I've just been really disenfranchised with humanity, to the point that I haven't really even been wanting to serve the way that I typically serve because I've been so frustrated. And I'm like, well, if you're not going to help yourself, then why should anybody else help you? Which is really the feeling that I've had. But again, I think that is a lot to do with this Jupiter and Pisces energy and this kind of, like, murky, mucky, muddy soup that we've all kind of been living in. So the beauty of this astrological transit that's coming now is, like, we're actually moving out of that. We're moving out of that into Jupiter and Aries, which is this massive expansion energy of the individual. It's about self. It's about pioneering. It's about new beginnings. It's about fresh starts. And so one of the things that I was realizing is I had just become very uninspired in my business. And I was, you know, as I was talking to friends, as I was talking to other leaders in the online space, like, they were all sort of saying the same thing. And so I started having some, like, really interesting conversations with different friends of mine who, you know, at one point or another had been mentors. And then again, like I said, like, friends in the online space, colleagues in the online space. And I got inspired to do this masterclass. And so this is super funny, like what happened with this masterclass. So I was like, oh, originally I was going to charge $111 for it. And then I was like, nah, I'll charge $88 for it. So like my team put together the lead page. I was like, okay, 111. Then the next day I was like, nah, 88. And then, but deep down I was just like, oh, maybe I should make this free. But I knew that this masterclass was going to be like really, really content heavy. And as I was putting together the things that I wanted to talk about, I was like, oh, wow, yeah, like this is going to end up being a 3-hour masterclass, which is something I would always charge for, right? And so I tell my team, let's do it for 88. And then my team sends out an email. But the email, so she sent out an email. We sent an email, and it was meaning to go to my all class pass holders, which are the people that buy all my things for the year. So the email was meant to go to my all class pass holders. Instead, it went to my entire mailing list, and it was like, you're in, basically like that the masterclass was free. And I was like, shit. It was like this really great email. And I was like, oh my God, we totally like just gave this thing away for free. And then, but by the time I woke up, they had already sent another email saying, oh my gosh, sorry. This isn't free. This was meant for our all class pass holders. So I woke up the next morning and I was just like, oh my God, I totally should have followed my instincts and just been like, it's going to be free. So I am doing this masterclass for free. And I typically don't do, I do a lot of free forward facing content, but to do something like what I'm doing in this masterclass, like, it is going to be a highly educational masterclass. So it's, typically I get on these things and then I'm just like in flow and like whatever drops in, I deliver. And that's typically how I run my masterclasses. But this one, like some very specific teaching is coming through. So I'm doing this masterclass. It's called Reignite Your Soul Fire. And so I'm super excited about this because this is like, to me, we're moving into this beautiful Aries, Jupiter in Aries energy, and we're getting ready to move out of this feeling of lethargy and being uninspired. And I want to help you like ignite that soul fire passion in yourself again. And that's what this masterclass is about. And that's why I'm hosting it. And it is free. So you can join me on Tuesday. You just have to register, and you'll get the link to join the masterclass and join the Facebook group. And so some of the things that we're going to be talking about is, going back to those basics of like the soul knows everything. Like literally the soul knows. Soul knows everything. Like we need to stop second guessing our soul, and we need to like start reconnecting with our soul. So we're going to be talking about really intentionally disconnecting from collective energy and what that looks like and how we can do that. The other thing that I'm going to be giving in this masterclass, because I feel like it's really, really important, there's some beautiful energies coming in this month in May, but we also are moving into a Mercury retrograde, that if the last few days have showed us anything, it's that this Mercury retrograde is going to be a real powerhouse. And when we work with the energies of Mercury retrograde, we either can be really, really successful in reworking and revisiting and revamping things in our lives and use the time to be like really, really highly productive, or we can just kind of be stuck in this energy of like, nothing seems like it's working. We're getting blocked at every turn. So it's really important to like work with these energies. And I think this one in particular, like it's vitally important. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about in this masterclass is a week by week plan for Mercury retrograde to help you reignite that soul fire and like be really prepared that once, Mercury stations direct to, go out there and like kill in your business and, or be highly successful. Maybe kill isn't the right term, but be really successful in your business with this new flame burning. And so we'll also be talking about fire energy and like what that looks like. I'm going to be talking about fire energy, the alchemy of fire energy from an elemental perspective, from a 5-element theory perspective. So I'm really excited to like dive into that stuff. And so we're going to be talking about things like why it's important to change your environment, why it's important to, if you're experiencing stagnation in that soul fire burning or in manifestation, like why it's so important to move yourself out of your everyday surroundings, because literally like when we're just trying to cultivate the same soil over and over and over again, like it's very difficult. So we're going to be, all of this masterclass is going to be really, really focused on 5-element theory and how we can incorporate elementally these concepts into our life and into our business. So we're going to be talking about that. We'll be talking about tapping into your inner fire, really looking at like where the fire stuff is in your natal chart. We're going to be talking about expanding your why, and then like really, really tapping back into purpose. So essentially, there's going to be a lot of like overarching themes of this masterclass, and then I'm going to be teaching like 10 specific ways that you can reignite your soul fire, and be passionate about the work that you're doing in the world, and be inspired and excited about going out and doing that work again. So Tuesday, this masterclass is happening. It's at 7:30 p.m. Bali time, so that's 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be available on a replay. All you have to do is register. If you're watching on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio, or any of the links in my stories, and it will take you to the lead page where you can register so that you can get access. If you are on Facebook, I can give it to you right now. Yeah, so I'm super, super excited about that. That's one thing that's happening in my world. Like, where is this? Oh, my nose is itching. I'm gonna try to get this link from Laura. Hopefully she's online. So I don't know where it is. My nose is itching, so you know this masterclass is gonna be good because my nose is always itching. Yeah, definitely worth waking up early for though, and being there live. It's gonna be incredible energy. I'm really, really excited about it. I usually give away gifts also at masterclasses, so and it's typically to the people that are watching live. So you probably want to be there to see what's going to happen. Okay, here is the link to register for the masterclass. And again, it's free. And don't let that deter you. I mean, I know often like we see things and we're like, oh, it's free. It's not going to be, it's not going to be that great. I do a couple of things like this. Like I typically do a free program every year. And then I'll do something like this. And, these are, again, it is my way to like be of service. One of the things that helps me reignite my soul fire is to actually step back into a place of service. And so that was one of the reasons why I was like, oh yeah, I really need to like, let's do this for free because I need to step back into my service to the collective. That's one of the things that's going to inspire me. So there you have it. 3-hour free masterclass with me on Tuesday. Don't miss it. I'm going to be making some big announcements as well. The other thing that I have to talk about with you guys that I am so freaking excited about, I can't even handle it, that started this week, is my new clearing program, Alchemical Wealth. And so as most of you know, like I have my signature wealth repatterning program, Ouroboros, and that program is, we're moving into round 6 of it this year. Hey, Laura. We're moving into round 6 of it this year. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been through this program and repatterned their wealth programming and conditioning. And that program is highly, highly deconstructive in nature. And it's just been such a blessing to be able to bring that work into the world. And now I have 2 incredible wealth alchemy practitioners that are doing this work with me. And I have, another 5 apprentices that are learning to be practitioners that are going to be doing this work in the world. And it's just like, it's really amazing to, start to see this happening. And people really beginning to step out of lack and scarcity mentality and financial slavery consciousness and step into being empowered, and sovereign, and believing that they are worthy and deserving of economic freedom. So I had done a phase 2 program called Phoenix that I've run now twice. That was a really, really incredible, epic program, but there was like something that was missing in the expansion process. There was just something that I was like, there's something more. There's something more that needs to happen here. And so and interestingly enough, I ran another program called Alchemical Wealth a couple years ago. And that program was a journey through the spiral with a money, wealth, and abundance focus. I'm an advanced spiral practitioner. So I had done a program called Alchemical Wealth that was completely next level and amazing. It was a group program. And so I decided to reignite the alchemical wealth concept, but do it within my modality and within the process within my modality, which is emotional resonance clearing, called the Philosopher's Stone. And the Philosopher's Stone is this really, really incredible journey through all the elements. So we are all elemental beings. Everything is elemental on this planet, and human beings are no different. We have all 5 elements that reside inside of us, and my modality is based on a 4,000 plus year old body of work called 5 element theory. And it's Chinese thought and philosophy. And it's just an incredibly transformative body of work on its own. But what we've done is we've come in and connected an emotional clearing process to it and created this incredible modality, emotional resonance clearing. So when we go through the Philosopher's Stone, we actually take a journey through all of the elements. And there's 5 of them: fire, earth, metal, water, wood. Within each of these elements, we have 5 primary questions that are driving factors in our life that essentially like make us operate on autopilot. And that, can be really, really frustrating for us because it's like, oh, we have desires, we work hard on our willpower, we work hard on manifestation, and it's like no matter what we do, we can't seem to get to that thing that we desire. And that's typically because we have imprinted emotional pathology. Emotions have become stuck and stagnant and imprinted in the organs and meridian systems of the body. And that has happened with enough repetition that there then has become a brain to body connection. And in our neural pathway, we have reinforced a primary question that basically makes us operate on autopilot. This is so prominent when it comes to money, wealth, and abundance stuff, because we have been programmed and conditioned around money, wealth, and abundance, currency, whether we're worthy, whether we're deserving, from the time we took our first breath on this planet. And that's been coming at us from all areas and all directions. It comes to us from our governments, from our financial institutions and organizations, from our regulatory bodies and agencies, from our parents, from our grandparents, from our brothers and sisters, from our teachers. We're literally getting programming around money, wealth, and currency all day, every day. And then in addition to that, we're carrying this ancestral and genetic memory that carries all the programming and conditioning that our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents and our great-great-grandparents had around money, wealth, and currency as well. So I have had this process, the Philosopher's Stone. We've been taking people through it. It looks at lifelong patterns. We clear all 5 primary questions in each of the elements. It's about a 14-week process. And it leaves people radically transformed. It's a beautiful, life-transforming process. And so as I decided to resuscitate alchemical wealth, and was working with my wealth alchemy practitioners, Laura and Claire, we decided to do a Philosopher's Stone that was based on money, wealth, and abundance. And we could have just taken the existing primary questions and then just energetically put a focus towards money, wealth, and currency. But I realized very quickly that alchemical wealth was its own entity inside this modality, its own energy. And so I went in and I actually created new primary questions that are very, very specific to our experiences with money, wealth, and currency, worthiness, and deserving. And so we have 5 new primary questions in each of the elements. And then we have new themes for the elements, and we have new themes and new overarching themes and new internal themes. And so I'm going to just talk a little bit about this because I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. We did a preliminary preparatory clear where I actually took them through a Sheng cycle clear, which is 1 primary question in each of the elements, to prepare them for the program. And it was an incredible clear. We did that on Wednesday. and it blew my mind, and I think blew the mind of the people in there. And lots of people are commenting here, kind of saying like, and I think it's more on Instagram actually, but commenting saying that the clear was amazing. And so one of the things that I decided to do was, because the clear was specific to alchemical wealth, but it really is relative for anything that you're stepping into, any process or any growth phase or any program that you may be beginning, to the places where we sabotage ourselves, where we don't show up fully, where we disengage, where we disconnect. And so I decided actually to gift this to anyone that's interested and wants to know more about this, wants to know more about alchemical wealth. I'm gifting the full clearing, that full clearing process to anyone that's interested and wants to know more about alchemical wealth. We officially start this upcoming Wednesday. So our welcome call will be this coming Wednesday. Doors will close the following weekend. The spots in this are limited because this is a case study opportunity. So what that means is that we are, myself and Claire and Laura are coming in and really stepping into high observation mode in this program, because we are wanting to see how people are engaging with these new primary questions within this, it's an established modality, but the new primary questions, and really holding people through this process. So as a result, there's lots of individualized attention that's going to be happening in this program. So it's going to be 14 to 16 weeks. There will be 5 clears. There's actually 6 because you get this bonus one that I just did. But there will be 5 clears, 5 elemental clears. And after each of those elemental clears, we will have a group call, like a process call. There'll be one content session for each of those. But then we'll ask any of the participants to fill out a survey about what their experience was and what their process was through the clear and then the group call. And so they will fill out these surveys, 5 of them, and then also we're asking that they submit a testimonial at the end of the program. And so for this, the reason this is a rare opportunity is this process will eventually be a one-on-one process, and I will eventually make this part of one of my more high-end wealth expansion programs. But we're offering it right now at $2,222. And we're doing that because it is a case study opportunity. So we're asking something in return from you to access this work at a highly discounted rate. This as a one-on-one process will be made part of my holistic wealth strategy programs, which are my highest level programs. And those range between $11,000 and $22,000. And then I will make this process part of my phase 2 wealth repatterning work. But that will be about $5,000. So you're never going to be able to get it at this rate again. And then there are just a couple more spots where you have an opportunity to do one-on-one clears with me through this process. And that's $6,444. Definitely check out, we're going to drop you a link here. Laura, can you drop the link on Facebook? The link is in my bio again on Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram, link in bio. We'll drop the links here. But if you do want the clear, you want the free clear, send me a DM or private message on Facebook, and we'll get you the link. So you can actually go in and experience the process and do the clear and get a taste of what this program's going to be. For me, I'm just like, it's a freaking no-brainer to participate in this because you're never going to be able to do it for this rate again. I will tell you that my personal experience going through this process, alchemical wealth, I'm in the middle of going through it myself right now. It has been the most confronting clearing I've ever done. It is changing the way that I look and view the wealth witch, the way that I look at and view wealth. It is completely transforming how I see wealth. And as a result of that, it's completely transforming everything in my life. I haven't been this excited about a new process, well, probably since we birthed ERC, but emotional resonance clearing, but it's just, it's been mind blowing. So if you're called at all, if you're in a place where you're feeling stuck and stagnant at all when it comes to money, wealth, and currency, if you know you need something that's, gonna kind of kick you through any stagnation that you're having with manifestation, any plateaus that you're hitting in your work, in your business, This is the thing. You really want to take a look at this. And again, you can try out this initial clear. I will send you the recording of the video and you can do the clear. So just shoot me a DM if you want the link for that. And otherwise we will, I don't know if Laura's here. I thought she was here. I'm gonna, I'll have to go in here and grab the, oh, I was going to talk to you a little bit about the themes. I'm supposed to be on a call with my wealth alchemy practitioners right now, but I think many of them are on this live stream. So guys, I'm going to be late. I want to give you guys the link on Facebook for Alchemical Wealth. You can go check out the lead page and see a little bit more about what it's about. Ugh, come on. Here we go. Okay, here is the link for Alchemical Wealth. If you want to learn more about that, if you want the free clear, just send me a DM and I'll send you the link. But just to give you an idea of some of these, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the themes and what we're actually looking at and why we're going in and shifting these. So like I said, we go through all 5 elements. So the overarching theme of the fire element is deserving. So that's what we're working on when we go in and we clear the 5 primary questions in fire. And the reason that we alchemize and clear and get this element integrated when it comes to money, wealth, and currency is because it helps us step into conscious deserving and worthiness. So that deep, deep conscious belief that we are worthy and we are deserving. And then when we move into the earth element is all about manifestation, like all about physical manifestation. And we alchemize and integrate this element because it is the thing that helps us with cultivating and manifesting resources. So the 5 primary questions that we clear in earth, which are things like, who will resource me? How can I create sustainability in my resources? Why can't I manifest my desires? Like those are the things we're clearing. And then that helps us cultivate and manifest resources. So that's why we work within the earth element. The metal element is all about our inner knowing. Like it's that deep, deep inner knowing that we have. And we alchemize this element and integrate it so that we can really tap into that intuitive instinct and judgment. We're going to talk a lot about judgment and like how it gets a bad rap, but how it's actually really, really important as humans. It's like one of the things that makes us different is that we have the ability to judge. And there we're like clearing things like, how can I feel worthy of being properly resourced? How can I stop self-sabotaging my success? So those are some of the things that we're clearing in metal. Then when we step into water, the overarching theme of water is power will. It's like, how do we, like, it's the ability to tap into our power will. And we alchemize and integrate and clear this element so that we can really tap into our inspired action and our power so that we can cultivate that true power. And, you know, we clear things here like, why can't I stay in pursuit of my goals? And, you know, how can I have the courage to take that inspired action? So those are some of the things that we're clearing in water. And then wood, finally, is about actualization. This is how we actually step in and actualize our goals. And we clear and alchemize and integrate this element so that we can have that very, very clear vision. So we can vision and actualize our desires. So we can actually get what we want. And here we're clearing things like, why can't I have what I desire? And how can I create the life that I deeply desire? So this journey is going to be freaking epic. Do yourself a favor and at least message me and get the clear so that you can have a little bit of a taste and experience of this. But I really, really encourage you to come join us in this program if you can. And if you are an Ouroboros alumni, or you are part of my Wealth Warrior programs, or you are an ERC practitioner or student, there are some discounts, some special discounts for you on this, where you can save a little bit more money. So DM me straight away. And yeah, that's it. So that's all I have for the day. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world as you are catching this call or you're watching the replay. Remember to send me the DM to get access to the free clear, and join me for sure for the masterclass on Tuesday. 3 free-hour masterclass will be available on the replay, and if you're ready to exponentially expand and blow all of your limiting beliefs and blocks around money, wealth, and currency out the window, come join me in Alchemical Wealth. Love you guys. Like, how do I turn this off?